Wishlists theory. I'm Aurian Archive, and I'm trying to get Vitriol, my system built on the Intel i7-920 engineering sample, up and running so that I can compare it to Valve's upcoming Steam Deck. What these systems have in common is they both have 4-core processors with 8-thread capability. Both of them have low to mid-range GPUs. The desktop system in this case may have a slight advantage in the GPU in that it has 4 gigabytes dedicated memory, but the GPU in question is a GeForce GTX 1050 Ti. Not that it really makes a whole lot of difference. So, theoretically, in terms of performance, the Steam Deck is going to raffle stomp anything that Vitriol is capable of. But Valve does not joke when they say that the Steam Deck, based on the actual Steam user statistics that are not published, that the Steam Deck will be an upgrade for the vast majority of the Steam user base. How much of an upgrade? Well, that's what I want to test and find out. But first, I've got to get a working system of about 10 to 12 years old up and running. And that's where we pick up right now. In the previous stream, I went over some of the difficulties I had. I actually had the system up and running on Manjaro, but every time I tried to install the Nvidia professional driver, the actual proprietary driver, so that I had OpenGL and Vulkan acceleration, I kept running into issues, including failing to detect the screen. Well, if you can't detect the screen, why do I have a display at all? So, where we are at now is I'm trying to install KDE Neon. Well, installing from the disk kept kind of crashing out, and I'm not sure why. So what I've done is I've moved to a USB stick. I started with a Lexar, and in the intervening minute between the last stream and this stream, the Lexar turned out to be a complete piece of junk. So I've gone to an even older verbatim drive that I do actually know the provenance of, and that is what we are going to try right now, is rebooting with the verbatim drive installed, or rather the verbatim drive in a USB slot, and see if we can get KDE Neon to boot from a USB drive from a thumbstick. Alright, we got splash screen. Also interesting, I found that the USB keyboard would work inside the BIOS screen, but it won't work until you're actually inside an operating system. Weird. Alright, we quickly jump to a display. Backspace. We'll hit install and see what happens. This is one of those where I may have to hit F4 and try modes and see what happens. Okay, we're back to the blinking square. We'll give it a few moments here before we start swapping to modes. Do I even still have keyboard control of the system? No, we have lost keyboard control. So, something KDE Neon doesn't like. And I don't know what yet. Okay, F4 modes, normal, F6, Let's try booting with free software only. Let's see what happens. Back to blinking square. And we'll give it a few minutes. Do I still have keyboard control? Alright, so there is definitely something KDE Neon really doesn't like about this system. Oh, actually, there's a good question. Hmm. That's interesting. I got a curious question that I'm now going to try and answer for myself. All right, if you're asking. 2. Let's see. If this gets us anything. Alright. See how well this works or doesn't work. Well, I'm not sure if this is more or less promising than before. I mean, at least we haven't gone to a ... dot. Oh, no. There we go. Alright. So, same thing when running straight from a native IDE, well, in this case, serial ATA CD drive. So, like, I know Manjaro will at least install, but it crashes out when trying to use. You know, it's been a while since I've tried MX Linux, but we're going to... I'm going to try an MX Linux installation, or we're going to do the ISO to dry first, and we're going to run with that. So that's got to download now. So looks like we are at least tomorrow before I do any further work on this. Maybe.